Record.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Today, what is it? Every 4 years we get the 29th, so it is a special day. Just starting with that, but even more special because we have Alex from Box, etc. Let me tell you a little bit about Alex. Alex has 20 years of experience in graphic design, web design, digital advertising, audio and video editing, business planification, and marketing strategies. Having graduated from FIU with a bachelor's degree in industrial and systems engineering, he has taught children and adults in public. I'm so sorry, in public public schools, private schools, and a college level. He has created several mobile apps that has reached second and third position in the App Store and developed two products that have reached local retail stores, including Amazon and Walmart. Currently, he serves as a marketing director at his wife's flower shop, J&J Flowers, and acts as a principal of Boxes, etc. Like Alex, you can see us here at the chamber. We do a lot of things. So while I was talking to you, phones was ringing and everything because Alex, you'll be in pretty high demand soon. So just like us, thank you for being busy, but thank you for always serving us. So on behalf of the Miramar Pembroke Pines Regional Chamber of Commerce, Western Florida Chamber of Commerce, West Park Pembroke Pines Chamber of Commerce, we introduce you with no further ado, Mr. Alex Sabonge from Boxes, etc. Take it over.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you for having me today. So my name is Alex. I'm with Boxes, etc. We're a business center providing several services to business owners. Today, we'll go over step by step on how to create a marketing strategy that will bring you more business. We're gonna cover a lot of stuff. So if you have any questions while we're where I'm talking about it, just raise your hand and I'll try to attend to you. All right. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I moved to Panama because my parents moved me there when I was like 4 years old. I got raised there until I was 20, and I came back to the United States for college. I graduated as an engineer from FIU. I'm happily married for 24 years, and I have two great children, Andrea and Isaac. As she mentioned before, I taught in middle school, high school for 3 years. And I always tell my wife that even if I win the lottery, that will be the only job I could do for free because I love teaching. In 2010, I had the opportunity to build an app for the World Cup, which was featured on TV, and it reached position number 2 in the whole United States. The last project I worked on was an iPad app for girls called Singing Daisies, which turned out into its own toy. As you can see in the picture, that's my niece. My daughter is like outside the picture. I couldn't capture it, but it's like a little potato head made of cloth. So you stick the faces into it and you build her face, her earrings, and the eyes and stuff like that. And that's all. That's all about me. So let's start the presentation with a Thomas Watson quote. Nothing happens until a sale is made. And I'm going to switch to the screen now because I'm going to be covering the screen. Doesn't matter how good your product or service is, no one will know about it unless someone buys it or recommend it to others. That's what I want to share this marketing strategy with you to help you reach more customers and get more sales. All right, let's see. All right, first, let's talk about defining your target market. Lots of people make the same mistake when it comes to marketing.
Excuse
They
me.
target it. They target it. Hello?
Did you want the screen in front of you? Because you're still in front of the screen.
I am?
Yes, sir. I just wanted you
What
to.
what about that?
Still in front of the screen.
We see you, Alex.
We can see you. Yeah. And yeah, you're, yeah.
And then I'm just going to go ahead and mute everybody too.
I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
Let me see. Now I cannot get rid of myself.
It's okay, Alex. Just stay right there. It's fine. You just talk about it.
Okay. So where were we? Oh, everybody makes the same mistake of targeting everyone when it comes to marketing. And this could cost a lot of money and get you very few sales. So before launching a campaign, I advise for you to create a profile of your customer. Think about what problems are they trying to solve, how much are they willing to spend, where can you find these customers, and so on. This will help you narrow your market, and instead of targeting everyone, you will target a small group or a niche. Let me give you an example. Any photographers in the chat? No? Okay. So let's say, for example, you're a photographer, right? And you need to select between weddings, corporate, family, journalism, right? You can use a rating from 1 to 10 and figure out which market is better for you and for your business. So to do that, here we go. Let's select your market using this scale, as I mentioned before, and see if you fall in the same segment that you're currently selling on. Remember, the rating that you're assigned on each line is totally based on your judgment. So one market may bring you a lot of profit, but not so much fulfillment. So if you have a piece of paper, let's do this for 1 or 2 minutes and fill out this form based on what you're currently selling, if you have markets. So right now I'm gonna fill out mine. I'm gonna put printing, online, shipping, graphics, fulfillment for printing, maybe 6, online 6, graphic design 10, shipping 7, is 7 here, volume 8. Are you following what I'm doing? Do you understand what I'm doing? Anybody? Yes? So what we're trying to do is find which market it's tied to our business and see if we fall in the same market. For example, I do printing, I do graphics, I do online marketing, I do web design, we do shipping, but sometimes this is not related to how good it feels me to do this or how much money I'm gonna bring. So it's important to have a balance. I always tell my
Alex, one of the questions on the chat was, what exactly do you understand under fulfillment?
I'm sorry?
What exactly do you understand under fulfillment?
What am I under? Oh, so the fulfillment is how good you feel when you do this type of task for your customers. So when I do printing, for example, to me, it's good because it involves graphic design. But as a printer, if I just need to make copies for somebody that walks in here, my fulfillment is probably 1, because that's kind of boring for me. Does that make sense? But again, I'm helping the person that needed that service. So, I will do it for them, but hopefully they come back for something else. Does that make sense? Yeah? All right. So I usually tell my kids, do what you love. Money will come later. But as a business owner, we need to balance that scenario, because sometimes what makes us feel good doesn't bring too much profit, and we need to pay the bills, and we need to pay mortgage and employees, etc. So we need to balance that when it comes to picking your market. All right. Now, let's create a profile for your customer. Remember, you need to create one for each market you want to sell to. So let's do this for 1 or 2 minutes. On the pain points are more like the bots that you get from your customers, like, it's too expensive, it's gonna take too long, I want different colors, and so on. So these are the problems that your customer will tell you that they have, and based on these, you put solutions for them. So you can pinpoint all their pain points, so you can sell what you're selling, the product that you're selling or the service that you're offering. And let me know if this is making sense or making no sense, so I can explain it, okay? So what I'm typing in here is a customer that is looking for branding, logos, and website in a local area for a restaurant. So they usually need flyers, copies, websites, online marketing, and so on. And then once you fill this customer profile, and you probably know your customer better than I am, this is one of the interview questions that I usually ask them, so I can design the marketing material for them, and it's efficient for when the person reads the marketing material. Any questions? No questions? All right. Now, let's get into the interesting part of the marketing. Now we get to craft the message for that customer profile that you created. If you want to stand out from the crowd, you need to think outside the box. Don't make it boring like everybody else. Every time you are in Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, or even, a flyer that you receive, they usually have the company name, the company logo, the list of services that they have for a free quote, and contact details. Don't make it boring. You need to start promoting your company purposely, meaning one ad, one objective. Be clear and never sell on your ad. The majority of the people that are seeing your ad, they are not going to be ready to make a purchase, even if they're interested in what you do. The only purpose of your ad should be to intrigue your customer by using a unique selling proposition. And depending on the platform you use, you can spend between 15 seconds to 60 seconds to create that message. Remember, people don't buy products, but solutions to their problems. They're more willing to pay for the cure than the prevention. So here are some examples of unique selling propositions for a real estate. Let's read it. If your home doesn't sell at any acceptable price to you, I'll buy it for cash. Imagine you see this ad and you're trying to sell your home. You feel sure that this realtor will sell your ad because he's very confident. And he's not telling you that he sells or buy houses. He's not telling you, hey, lease with me. All he's doing is he's intriguing you to call him. That's it. Same thing with the restaurant ad that I have in there. Have you visited Italy? Come to our restaurant located at so and so and so, and see why everyone calls us the most incredible experience in the city. That's it. I mean, I want to visit that restaurant. I know they're selling food in there, but I want to see what everybody's talking about. So every time you design ads, either in Facebook or Instagram or flyers, make sure that your ad is not selling anything. Just create curiosity so that your customers are intrigued. Next. All right. So now that you have crafted your message, you want the message to answer the following questions. Who is your customer? What does your product do? What is your product or service unique? And what benefits your customers can expect? So I need people now to turn on their microphones because I'm going to ask some questions. Okay, so anybody wants to take the first one, like a scooter? What does a scooter do?
It It drives you, it drives you around town.
Drives you around town. So how can you market, or who's going to be the customer for this scooter?
I guess young people who can't afford a car or who just want to have the liberty of having something small with them, because I know some of them you can fold up.
Very good. Yeah, I mean, think about somebody that works, you know, in downtown, and they have like 30 minutes to lunch, and they don't have time to, you know, go get the car, park over here. You know, that's another customer. So based on these things, you put together the type of customer, what are their benefits that they're going to, you know, get from that product, and you list that. You know, a lot of people, when they do marketing, they list, oh, you know, it's red, it's blue, it's fast, but instead of listing the benefits, they list the characteristics, and it's easier, it's harder for customers to identify with this type of approach. What about paper? Anybody wants to try how would you advertise paper? Let's say you work in Dunder Mifflin for Michael Scott, and you need to sell paper to companies. Like, what would you do? Anybody want a shot?
Work in what?
And paper, papel.
Dunder Mifflin. You know Dunder Mifflin? Do you remember that show called The Office
Yeah.
with Michael Scott?
So
He had a paper company.
So paper is still very valuable in most offices.
Correct.
I think if it's an office, you may have apps, a lot of things are online, but paper never really goes away. So it just would depend on, do they find places that still send mail to get envelopes and paper to go in the envelopes. I think it's really doing some research on those companies that still use the postal service to send out letters, and the federal government is still one of those people that do that. So that might be one of your niches, local and state government offices.
Correct. And when you sell anything, the first thing you want to know is who your customers are, and what's the concentration. Where do you find them the most, so you can minimize the cost for marketing and send that via email or text or however you want to decide. Send them.
For paper, I would say something like strong will resist. Because when you say paper, I'm actually thinking of schools. They use a lot of paper for printing.
Correct. So that could be one of your customers, and you build that campaign based on schools, based on whoever is buying that, the procurement department in the school, you know. So, you know, you have variety of paper, you have color paper, and so on. So, but again, you don't try to sell on your ad. It's just to inform them that you're able to provide that solution to them. All right, next. Let's talk about your marketing material. Selecting your marketing material is very important. So a lot of people spend a lot of money on flyers, on brochures, and folders, and it's important to say that again? Oh, it's important to prioritize what marketing materials you need, because it could become very expensive to launch one campaign. So based on your business, make a list of the top 4 that you may use in your company. And how are you going to use them? And while you select that, sometimes when I sit with my customer, I ask them, as obvious as it sounds, what are you going to use this for? What are you going to use the business cards or the flyers? Because depending on what they tell me, I tell them, like, you know what? You don't need that. You may need this, you may need that. Imagine you're a remodeler or a hairstylist. You probably use your cards with your current customers so they can refer you. But what if you include a coupon or a referral discount? You can have those same customers become a brand ambassador of your service or product, as long as they provide amazing customer service. The key here is customer service, because if you don't provide good customer service, they don't want to promote your business. So it's important that you wow your customers when you're providing that service or product, and you give them support. So they always come back and come back and come back. And every time they need to refer somebody, they're going to use your card and give it to the next person that they want to do business with. So it's important to provide excellent customer service. Next. All right. After you select your marketing materials, make sure they communicate the same information, starting with your flyers, your business cards, your social media, and the most important one, your website. I always tell my customers, if you have a phone number, you don't give the phone number to anyone, nobody's going to call you. Same thing with your website. You need to tell everyone you exist. And for that, you need to go into every online directory like Google, Bing, all the social media, Easy Local, Yelp, and create a profile there so you start ranking higher. And that's how people will discover you. Let me tell you a story back in 2015. When my wife acquired J&J Flowers, and this is the picture that I have there, most of our sales came from walk-ins. And after we built the website, we started optimizing it and adding the flower shop to every single online directory. This helped us get to the first page of Google after maybe 2 years, to the point that if you want to type flowers, Pembroke Pines in your search engine, you're going to see that we're #1. No matter where you type it, you can be in Canada, Bahamas, England, even China. You type flowers, Pembroke Pines, and we show up on the first page. But this took a lot of work. You need to be finding every single online directory that you will find online and list your website there. List it. Because once Google sees that you're here, you're going to start climbing that search engine. Any questions? No? All right, let's continue. All right. Another aspect of your website has to do with the tools you install on it. Let's say you sell products online and you get about 100 visits a month. I'm sorry, 100 visits a day, but only 5 people buy. That's about 5%. Based on that, based on whatever you're selling, is usually you should be in the 15 to 20% sales. So you're missing in about 10% of sales. But if you install several tools on your website, you can improve the way you are getting to your customers, the way you're answering questions to your customers, reducing time of people calling you. I don't know if you've seen these chatbots that they are installing in Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, and people don't understand the power of that chat, because I have customers that when we install these chats, they reduce the amount of calls they receive on the website. Same thing as an exit pop-up. Do you know what an exit pop-up is? Anybody? Just nod your head so I know that you're doing it.
Is that the one where they say, are you sure you want to leave this page?
Yes. So an exit pop-up is, for example, sometimes you get a little roulette, like, oh, don't leave yet. I can offer you a free shipping or, $5 discount. Click in here. Sometimes people appreciate that. And just for that $5, you save that sale. I don't know what your product pricing is, but, let's say you sell something for $30, $40 and you offer it at $3, $4, and you save that sale. So you can install several tools online so you can get help with your website. Newsletter subscriptions, social sharing, contact forms, frequently asked questions, so people are not calling you to ask you those questions. So you save time, you save employees, so answering the phone, and so on. I would suggest that make a list of these tools and ask your web developer, if you have one, and ask them, hey, would you think this will work for my website? Because it may cost you $100, $200 to install this tool, but saving 10% every day on sales will pay for that in 2 days. So, we're probably going to share or make a screenshot of the thing so you can ask your web developer, or you can ask us. All right, next. All right. Once you have your website built and optimized with all your tools and SEO, we recommend listing your website in Google and Bing. Quick question, Patty. How are we with time? Because I don't see it here. Oh, 30 minutes. Okay.
32.
32. Okay. List your website in Bing and Google. Doing this will increase your discoverability between customers like 80%. Google being the first one, everybody knows Google. All you need to do for Bing is after you finish Google, go to Bing and put Bing Place for Businesses. They copy the same profile that you have from Google. So you don't need to do anything. You just need to build the first one in Google and then copy it into Bing. And then you have two big potential search engines doing the job for you. And again, if you need help, we can do it for you. All right, social media. Anybody here is not in social media? That's like a negative question. Everybody's in social media. Raise your hand if you're in social media. All right. So social media, everybody should be in social media because it's free. It's a free tool that will increase your online presence. I usually call them aggregators because they are another search engine for a different type of market. But when you're listed in LinkedIn, in Facebook, in Instagram, in Twitter, in Snapchat, Google sees this person is everywhere and it's going to help you rank higher. Another task I recommend, and this is like, it works amazing, is to find your industry directories. An industry directory is something that you fall as a category. For example, let's say you are in the home care business. You provide nursing for people. You can go to caring.com or care.com or cedar.com and list your businesses in there. And people will be able to find you through that service, through Google, through Facebook. There's a list of, I don't know if you see them here. These are a couple of the websites that we use. We have like over 50 or 60 online directories that we can list your business on by just, we do like a monthly fee and you get listed every month on these websites. If you want to find out what your category you belong to, you can visit this website, signup.com/miscellaneous/local business directories. And you can see, okay, I can be listed here, here, and here. And I will advise you to do that or ask somebody that helps you with that information. All right, here's my favorite product. Have you ever heard of direct mail? Yes? All right, good. So direct mail is the marketing process of reaching your customers directly via mail, email, or text message. This method increases the click-through rate, and you will need to wait for potential customers to react to your ad in Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Okay? We use methods like data mining and web scraping. Let me talk to you about the screenshot that you see in the screen. So this is data that we extracted for a customer looking for storage rental companies. So what we do is we filter customers by demographics. We can find legally emails, phones, and addresses of potential customers and build you a database with leads. So with that, you will be able to launch email marketing campaigns, text message campaigns, and regular mail campaigns. All these methods have a higher return that people usually clicking on your ad on social media. Okay? And again, if you need help, you can just do more research about data mining, web scraping, or you can call us and we'll help you out. Any questions about this? No? Yes. Go ahead.
Yes. So it's interesting, the web scraping thing. I
Yep.
just was in a meeting this week
Okay.
and advised that web scraping is not legal.
It's not legal?
Yeah,
I can provide you information that is legal, depending on where you get it from. I mean, you're not going to hack, a company and extract all those customers. This is public information that is out there. Our software, for example, they do scrapping, and whatever is, logged with passwords and usernames, you're not able to use because it's private. But if it's online, if it's published, you can use it. I mean, that's why it's public.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll send you more information if you need that, okay?
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right. All right, Google Sheets. Any of you use Google Sheets?
Alex, Stephanie has her hand up.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Stephanie.
So let me ask you a question. We as a company have bought lists, lists for restaurants, for example, supposedly brand new.
No.
And I have to tell you that by the time we actually get there and we call them, they've been up for 6 months. And so
Let me tell you a little bit about that.
yeah, that's a challenge that we've found. How have you been able to create these lists for people like my company, which I'm very interested in knowing, and how do you make sure that they are brand new, like they just hit the market, they're not even set up yet? How do you, how do you define those parameters for your clients?
So it depends on the source. If somebody's selling you a list of businesses, they're selling this list to everybody else, right? So the way we do it is we build the criteria from scratch. We're not buying lists. We're building it from what's out there. So it's fresh. The thing is, there are ways to get new businesses that are brand, opening their doors in Broward, in Miami, and you just need to learn how to do that. And, I can teach you or I can provide you with a list. But the fact that you're buying this from a company like Data, Info, or, whatever you're buying it, these lists are sold and sold and sold to so many people that by the time you reach them, it's like, oh, we already have that service. And you don't want to buy a list. What you want to do is either find a software that does the web scraping for you, or hire somebody that does that for you instead of buying lists from a company that sells lists and that's all they do. Does that make sense?
It absolutely does. I see the difference. I do see it.
And
Yeah,
we can talk about that, after the meeting.
Well, I have a referral for you then.
All right, wonderful. All right, about Google Sheets. Google Sheets is one of my favorite tools because I love numbers, I love statistics, and I can build so many things with Google Sheets. I build my invoices, my payroll, my customers, and it's a free tool. If you have a Gmail, or if you don't have a Gmail, I will tell you, create a Gmail account and just type the word Sheets on Google, and you get a spreadsheet to do whatever you want. You can do formulas, you can sort, you can do so many things with it. And I use it every day because it makes my life easier when it comes to databases, which that's where we specialize on. So Google Sheets, try that. Next, tracking. I've been finding out that a lot of people that have websites and a lot of people that run marketing campaigns, they don't have tracking on their websites. And they are wasting a lot of money because they don't know what's going to happen after people reach their website. By you having tracking, you can track emails, you can track social media, you can track how long they stay in the website. Google Analytics is great for that. Here are some examples. I don't know if it's clear for you to see the little numbers. Google Analytics, this is one of the reports that you can generate with Google Analytics. They tell you what type of traffic is it, what day of the day is more busy, what time of the day is busier, what cities are visiting you, how long they stay on your website, what keywords they type to find you, and so on. And based on this information, you can start making modifications to your website so you can attract and retain more customers on your website. Does that make sense? So always, if you don't know how to do that, you can either find instructions online. I can do it for you, or you can hire your web developer to do that for you. But always have tracking on your website. Even if you have an old website, install tracking, because you're going to get more information that will help you modify things and retain more customers. Next. Here's another tool that I love. It's called Hotjar. Hotjar is another free tool that you install a plugin on your website, and it records your customers' interaction. So you can see, for example, this customer was looking for an arrangement. They scroll down, they go through there, and you see the entire interaction of the customer. Clarity, it's another tool, it's from Microsoft. And then Hotjar, they are both free. You can install them. You know, this customer was looking for, they didn't like the standard, they click on the better, they select the date for the delivery, and you see everything. And with this, you learn what your customers are doing, when are they leaving, why are they leaving, and then you can adjust prices or navigations and things like that. Okay? Hotjar. All right, next, let's talk about your channels. When you launch a campaign, you're gonna select, you know, how you're gonna send your marketing. You're gonna do it via email, via regular mail, via text message. All right. If you look at this chart, the highest click-through rate is, I mean, the highest open rate is text message. You receive these annoying text messages, right? And you click on it, but then you don't click through because, you know, they got you like, oh my God, you know, I opened this email. But the key here is how much you're spending on each channel. For example, the snail mail or regular mail, you know, I don't know if you are used to use EDDM from the USPS. It usually costs between 20, 30, 40, 50, depending on the size. And you can target maybe 200 to 300 people. But with that same amount of money, let's say you're spending $100, $200, you can spend $15 to $20 and reach 15,000 people via email. All right? I always recommend that if you're going to do an email campaign, not just do an email campaign. Do an email campaign, do a text message, and do a mail out. Because once they see you from every single aspect of it, they're going to start getting familiar with your brand. And that's what you want, brand awareness, you know, provide them with valuable information on your social media so they don't see you as, oh, this guy just wants to sell me meat or whatever. Always provide information so they come to you like, look, these people are experts. I'm going to trust them. And when the time is ready, they're going to buy from you because you never try to sell them. But they trust you because you are giving them valuable information. Let me know if you have any questions, okay? Cost comparison. Let me see how far I am to see if I can. Yeah, I think I can make it. Where are we? 222. Okay. So depending on your target market, it's important to select the right channel for your distribution. Some tools are more expensive than others, and some are better for B2B or B2C. For example, LinkedIn is great for B2B, but it's the most expensive one. Sometimes one lead can cost you like $3, $4, $5. TikTok and Instagram are great for B2C, but depending on the click-through rate, sometimes Facebook is more efficient than any other platform. But you need to optimize that campaign. I used to work for Flex Seal. That's the guy that cuts the boat in half and puts some tape on it. I don't know if you've seen those commercials. And we did a lot of advertising through social media, and we never got a penny back. But he used it to brand engagement, you know, brand recognition. And that's why he was all over the place in Home Depot, in CVS, et cetera, et cetera. So it's important that you use the social media for what is intended to. If you want to try to do advertising, go ahead, but it's important that your ad is not selling anything. Just intrigue people so they can click and go to your website. Questions, anybody? No? All right. I'm just seeing like 6 or 7 people, so I'm assuming that, you know, the people below are not raising their hand.
You have 22 people.
All right, good. Let's see where we are. Okay. All right, conversions. Anybody know what the conversion rate is? No? Yes? Conversion rate is after the person opened your ad, they click on it, and they bought. That's a conversion rate. You converted a customer to be a sale. So As you can see in this chart, search engine dominate the market. Then after that, you have Facebook, followed by Instagram and Pinterest. It's important, and I like to accent this, that you use Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to engage with your customers. Don't try to sell them on your ads or in your posts, because people are not interested in buying at that time, but they will be as long as you provide them with good information. You're going to be wasting a lot of money if you start running ads and expecting for people to buy right away. All right, email marketing. What I want you to focus on this is on the numbers that we have here. Look how many emails I sent on this campaign. There were 11,636 emails. Do you see that number? Based on that list that I built for my client back in for the database, we were able to clean and optimize these emails. And because we did that exercise, we got an open rate of 20%. I don't know if you're familiar with open rates for emails, but they usually range from 3 to 5, sometimes 8% at the most. But our cleaning services, our verification services can reach, people are opening 2,169 emails were open. And out of that, the click-through rate, which is usually 1 to 2%, we got to be 16%. So after those 350 people open their emails, you need to do a remarketing campaign, because those people show interest on your product. People usually, after they run these campaigns, they don't do anything with those leads. And it's important that you follow up, because believe it or not, it takes about 8 to 9 times of relationship going back and forth for a person to trust that business and make a purchase, unless you're selling the last Coca-Cola in the desert, All right. Next, SMS marketing. This is another service that you can complement your marketing with. They have higher rates, but it's very important that you follow the CAN-SPAM Act, because if you text people that are in the do not call list, you can get fined very, very heavy. Okay, so text message, and again, we can provide phone numbers, emails, name of the owner, and addresses if you're looking for businesses. We also do regular people like you and me, we have a house, we have a new home, we can provide those services based on zip codes. Next, this is a tool that I love to use because it gives me an estimate of how much money I'm going to spend on my mail. You can do that through EDDM or Everydoor direct mail. You can select the route. If you go to this website, you can select the route of how many people you're going to visit. In here, it says 1,175 residents. It's going to cost you 66 cents. And again, this will depend on the size of your flyer. All right. I usually use this service to provide my postcards, because they go exactly to the door. They don't go to the mailbox where people look at them and they look at them. It's a realtor, it's a finance, it's whatever, I'll throw it in the garbage. Here, let me show you something. Do you see me right now? Yes? Okay. This is all the junk mail I collect. You see it? This is all the junk mail I collect. And I collect this junk mail to learn, but what I advise people is to don't send your postcards like that. Put them in a little envelope, put a stamp. It may cost you a little more money, but at least they're going to take it inside and open it, So try that. And if you need help with the stamps, we sell discounted stamps in here too. Okay. Let's see next. All right. I got 13 minutes. I think we're good. Okay. Let's talk about paid search. If you do not have an ad blocker in your browser, once you search for a service or a product, you will see a couple of companies listed on the top called sponsored. Are you familiar with Googling search and finding sponsors on top of that? Okay. As you can see, I was looking for flowers in Pembroke Pines. These 3 companies right here are listed above us because they are paying Google. But the issue with that is that sometimes in order for you to be on top, you're going to be competing and paying more, and the only person benefiting from this is Google. You need to optimize your ads to have a decent position, not just to be on top for people to find you. So it's important that you do keyword research when it comes to Google Ads. You can use the keyword planner from Google, or you can use SEM Rush to see what your competitor keywords are using for them to list higher. So these two are great tools for research. If you have competitors, type SEM Rush, type what they're using, and see what keywords they're using. So you're using some of them, but not all of them, because you're going to be competing with them and spending more money on that. All right, leads. All right, the next phase of your marketing plan is to capture your leads. The most effective way to do this is to bribe them, bribe your customers, give them a free gift. Because once you give them a free gift and they accept it, they're telling you, hey, I'm interested in your product. Okay? Once you know that, you are able to do marketing for that. But don't stop there. You need to nurture that relationship. I was saying before, it takes about 6 to 8, back and forth in order for a person to be able to buy something for your customer. It's like, let's say you go on a date, the first date, second date, third date, and then on the fourth date, you propose to your girlfriend or your boyfriend. I mean, nobody does that. Nobody's going to tell you yes. That's why you need to nurture that relationship in order for you to, make a trust relationship that they're going to be able to, engage on your services or product. I'm going a little faster because I'm running out of time, but let's see. Lead generation. All right. After you acquire your lead, you need to nurture them. And by nurture them, I mean establish a trust when you are with that customer. A great way to create trust is to delay the sale. Don't sell right there. They're going to respect that and they're going to trust you. If you're too eager to sell, you will quickly lose their trust and end up with a poor closing ratio. Instead, provide your customer with a lot of information, a lot of valuable information, solutions to their problem, how are they positioning it as a guest rather than an intruder? Because somebody that, I have a retail store, and everybody that comes in a suit with a logo here, I build my guard up, and I'm like, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it. So it's important that you build that relationship before you attack people or tell them what you do. Any questions, anybody? No? Okay. Next is the final step of the marketing plan is to deliver world class. I always tell my customers who leaves because the price will return for service. But the person that leaves because of service will never return for any price. So it's important that you provide excellent customer service. My wife, like I said, has a flower shop, and they come here and say, hey, it's cheaper in Publix. I'm like, that's fine, but they also sell food. We only sell flowers, and we're not selling just flowers. We're selling you a design. We're selling you art. And the flowers in Publix are probably going to last you 2 or 3 days. Ours last like 10, 15 days. So it's always good to provide information to them, even though that they're not going to buy, they're going to respect your opinion because you're not trying to sell them anything. All right. Here's an example I like to show people. Everyone needs good health, right? But you go to the gym because you want rib abs. Wants are superficial. And it's that what most businesses address. If you sell somebody an exercise machine, you get yourself a customer. But if you want to wow them and make them a raving fan, you need to go a little deeper and find creative ways for a customer to use that machine. When you find that and you find a way to do that, you're going to get results that they were expecting, and you will help build that fan. No one cares about your company or your logo or claims that you're the best in the industry. What they want to know is how your product will solve that problem and get the results that we're looking for. All right? Everybody agrees with that? All right. And last but not least, AI. You know, we cannot talk about marketing without talking about AI. And I know you heard of it. This new technology has changed the way we do marketing. Just with a simple phrase, you can generate a lot of content for your website, your email marketing, and so on. But the key to success in AI are the prompts. The prompts are exactly what you're telling the AI chat to do for you. So 2 websites that I use a lot, if you want to learn and practice how you generate content for your emails, content for your websites, is Prompt Hero and Prompt Pal. Those are the websites that I use for AI. One last thing. If you don't have an account in ChatGPT, I will advise you to create it. It's free, and you can generate content for anything that you need. But make sure you're doing keyword research, because when you are talking to AI, it's another machine getting information from you, and they won't be able to understand unless you are very direct and clear of what you're looking for. Let's see. All right. Here's, I don't know if you want to take a screenshot of these. These are all the tools that I use for all my dailies. Remove background, you know, that removes the background. If you need free commercial images that you can use on your website, Pixabay, you can visit that. You can download YouTube videos from Y2 Mates. You can download Instagram images. TinEye is something that you use if you want to find if a picture is copyrighted. Real Good Emails will help you writing really good emails or emails that have like very high rate open rate. Free Pick is another free images directory. This one will help you track your links. So every time you create a campaign, don't just rely on Google Analytics. Create a tracking link that tells you how many people are clicking in there and so forth.
And Alex, for that one, move it to the right because you're in the way. That's the other one.
How about that?
Your arm's still there, but it's okay.
What about now?
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, do a screenshot and then I'll...
Okay, everybody got a screenshot? Good to go? Okay, awesome.
All right, and I think, and this is what we went over. We define the target of your business. We learn how to craft a message using a unique selling proposition. Make sure that when you're designing your creatives, you are not selling on your ads. Audit your brand so they communicate the same thing. Optimize your website. Build a database with Google Sheets. If you need help with web scrapping, you know, you can do research, find a company, you can contact us. Select your channel distribution with text message, mail, social media, and always track. Because when you track, you can measure what your marketing efforts are doing for your company. After you capture your leads, nurture them, give them bribes, give them free gifts, and then these fans, these customers are going to become your ambassadors because they trust you. And that's it. I hope I have touched some seeds so you are curious to look for other things to enhance your business. And if you have any questions, I do free consultation. I will help you as long as I can when I have free time. But that's it. Any questions, any suggestions?